Okay, so I thought we could take a look at how we might use a matrix part that we've made and bring it over to Countersketch Studio version 4 to be used in freehand mode. So I've designed this head, and the setup for this is probably the subject for another video, but pretty much I have a series of curves that I can use to edit the shape of the head. Everything is history enabled thanks to Matrix 7.5, and we can tweak this to get the shape just right. We could change the size and shape of our prongs and all that good stuff. So once we're kind of happy with what we have, we can export this. Okay, so to get this ready to export, there's a couple things we need to do because we are going to Countersketch. We want to remove all the curves and any gem objects that may be in the model. So I want to go ahead and just delete my gem. Of course, we would save a copy of this before doing these next few steps. And I'll go to Super Select, select all my curves, and delete them. And then I can join this up and export it. So we'll go ahead and export. And I'll just save it out as 4-prong setting, just a standard 3DM. Okay, so we'll overwrite that. And the next step is to open Countersketch. And I'll just hop right into freehand mode. Okay, so what we can do is we can go into our Countersketch menu, and we'll do import part, and we'll load in 4-prong setting. And you can see it pops up right here. So this is the user category. In freehand mode, we have all the different categories of parts that are available here on the side. This one's in the user category. So we'll go ahead and open that, and there's the 4-prong setting we made now in Countersketch. So we have some control over this. It's not dynamic like some of the other freehand parts might be, but this does give us the ability to move, scale, and rotate this. So if we wanted to make the head taller or shorter, we could do that. If we wanted to scale the entire head up or down, we could do that. Of course, we could rotate it and move it into position. So any changes to the actual design that you'd want to make, you'd probably have to go back to Matrix and edit this and re-export it. But I'm happy with this, so we'll go ahead and load in a shank for it. So we'll go to Shanks, and I'll just load in this pinched shank down here. And this does have some controls, which we'll edit just a little bit. We'll go ahead and change the bottom width, and we'll change the top width a little bit. Okay, and then what we can do is we'll drop it down and we'll make this thing a size 6. So we'll go ahead and rebuild that to a size 6. And now I can move this head into position. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, and that should work. I'm going to put a stone here as kind of an accent stone. So to do that, we'll go into Gems and Settings, and we will load in this 1.2 millimeter bezel set round. We'll go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees, move forward a bit, and then we'll scale this up a little bit. So we'll go to somewhere around a 2 millimeter maybe. Maybe not quite that big. Okay, so scoot that up. We'll make that bezel just a touch thicker on the top. And we can move this out. and we'll mirror to the other side. Okay, so there that is, and we'll get it in here as close as we can. Okay, so there's pretty much our ring. So now we just need to load in a center stone so we can get a good render off this. So we'll go back to gems and settings. We'll load in our gem. And I believe this was made for somewhere around a 7.6 millimeter, or maybe a hair larger. So, yep, there we go. Okay, so there's our ring. It's fairly simple in design, but it uses the setting that we made in Matrix, and now we're able to have that in Countersketch to incorporate with our design. Okay.